Like, I'm watching this kitten run crazy all over and play. Like, why would you kill a kitten for no reason if they're seem happy? Like, why not try?
Yeah,
It takes
absolutely.
one person. I always said it.
Be Inspired Podcast. Real stories from real people. Sharing stories of love and loss, struggles and perseverance, laughter and tears, and overcoming adversity.
We have seen incredible people and heard so many amazing stories over the years on Be Inspired. But today is a first, isn't it, Lisa? We have not only an incredible guest who's with us here, maybe the first time in the history of Be Inspired, a four-legged friend, and animals can really be very inspirational. Hi again, I'm Burt Barron.
And I'm Lisa Anderson.
And welcome to a very special Be Inspired. I'm a cat guy. Did you know that about me, Lisa?
I didn't. You told me this a few minutes ago, and I'm a cat girl. I have 2 cats, and how many cats do you have?
Well, 5 right now, and I try to think
Wow,
about over the
really?
years, if it's the whole 9 lives thing,
Yeah.
I've probably rescued about 270 little lives over the years. So that's why I'm so excited about this edition of the show and to meet our guests, or should I say guests.
Yeah, Rocky. And Dawn, thank you for coming on.
Welcome.
Thank you for having
Good
me.
to see you, Dawn.
Yes.
Hello, Rocky.
Rocky's so chill.
He is.
He really is.
He's used to, since he has special needs, I bring him out often when he was younger. So he's used to going out and traveling. And
Well, he's
he'll
probably
just-
used to being the center of
Yeah.
attention, too. So we're going to give him his fair share of the spotlight in just a little bit. But I'd like to know about your story, Dawn, and how you got together with Rocky. But take us back and share a little bit of your life experiences.
Where do you want me to start?
Growing up, did you always have
Yes.
a love of animals, cats, dogs?
You know,
'Cause a
I
lot of
didn't
kids-
have any animals.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I did not. I moved around a lot as a kid. So I went from town to town, and then landed in down the shore, and then I met my husband, which that's when it all started, I think.
That's when it all started
Yeah.
good, or that's when it all started? She's
I'm
like,
glad you
"That's
asked
when
that,
it
'cause
all
I was thinking the same thing.
Today it started really good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you moved around a lot. Was there a reason for that, Dawn?
I had a few people that just, gave up a little bit easy.
Okay. Was it rough growing up?
Very.
Okay.
But I always stayed positive. Never had any issues with being positive and moving on.
How was
So I did
school?
good.
How was school for you?
Yeah, what kind of student were you?
Well, I have a lot of learning issues, ADHD and all that. So I had a little bit of an issue at school. So I bounced in and out of different classes for them to try to figure out where I should be. And
That's tough too.
Yeah.
As you're a child, in school, you kind of get that stigma.
it was so rough.
Yeah.
it was-
Was there any problems with bullying?
Oh
or-
yeah. To this day, I have 2 kids. My son is 21 and my daughter is 18.
How
And
could she have a 21-year-old?
I was thinking the same thing.
Honestly, she's 25, so I don't know.
yeah, I
how that
know.
happened.
I don't know how that is.
You look fantastic. So, do they have problems? or-
No, but when my son was younger, he had once he shot up to 6 foot and started wrestling, he was fine. He was protecting everybody else.
Yeah, don't mess with him then.
But no, he's a very protective kid. He's very protective of his family.
Mm-hmm.
But he went through a little phase where he was just the sweetest kid. Like he's me, but he's a boy. So when you have all heart, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and you just want everybody to love you. Sometimes as a kid, that could come off. You're annoying. Go away.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And I go from 0 to crazy mom in a second if I hear anybody's getting bullied.
Mama
or-
bear.
When I tell you, I threatened to call the news channels and everything. I was like, it's not happening to my kid. Too many kids, wind up going through depression and hurting themselves because of it. And I don't think people take it seriously.
No, huge problem.
Huge.
Yeah,
huge
it is,
problem.
especially with social media.
That's their whole life, all day. They're in that school being.
Yeah. So you grew up, you got married, and tell us when you said it all started with your husband. Everything came together nicely for you, a family.
Yes.
You ask her, Bert.
Yeah.
A family together, and it was wonderful. Yeah. Okay. You're crying happy tears right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. And so then you used to rescue animals, right?
Well, no, actually, I didn't at all. We had dogs. My husband's a dog guy.
Right.
And I was always a cat guy, but he's like, no, I ain't cats. No, it's not happening. So
Until now.
he brought home our first cat. This is not our first cat.
So
This
the dog guy is the one that
brought all of the
cat.
cats
They
home.
saw
Really?
All
See?
of them.
See?
When it's gotcha, it's gotcha. I can relate.
told
He
him,
and
I
I
go,
have
"Don't
like
get
a
upset with me."
kinship. I know how it works.
I said, don't get upset with me when you got to buy 25 bags of cat food. You're the one bringing them home.
And
you
those
know?
cat litter bags, as I get older, they get harder and
Yeah,
harder to
heavier,
carry down the basement
Yeah.
every week when I go to the grocery store,
So
right?
true.
But
The worst
So
part
true.
of it.
what
He found the
got
first.
Rocky into your family?
Oh, well, my husband works for Caterpillar, so
Okay.
he works on heavy machinery. That's where he found most of our cats. We have Dozer, found in a bulldozer, Paver, found in a paver. We're really original with the names.
Forklift.
Yeah,
That's
that
the next
would be a
one.
cute
Yeah.
one. No, there's not going to be a next one.
So you say.
Well, he was working at a job site that had a huge feral cat colony. I mean, probably like 40 cats.
Wow.
And they were all living in the shop, and the shop guys adored the cats and spoiled them and fed them. So anytime my husband found kittens that were big enough that they would start roaming out by themselves, I'd be like, bring them home. Because I can't imagine them not growing up knowing what love is, you know? So we rescued probably about, I would say like 20 something cats from there.
Wow.
They've all since been all fixed and everything. But Rocky, my husband called me and said, you know, there's a kitten. She's like a kitten. I kind of remember her being born, and she had a kitten and only one, and she's not taking great care of it. I think I should bring it home. And he was like, she just had it just the other day. I was like, don't take her home yet. It's too soon.
Too soon, right.
Well, the next day he witnessed her carry him up on a machine and accidentally drop him 15 feet and left him in the middle of the shop. So
Wow.
he was covered in grease, barely breathing, umbilical cord still on. And he was like, I really don't think I should bring him home because you love with all your heart. And if this cat
Doesn't
passes
make it,
away, you're
right.
going to be a wreck.
Yeah, we want to tell our listeners and our viewers that Rocky here has, he's paralyzed, correct? From the waist down?
Yep. Yep.
Did he have a little wheelchair?
When he was younger, we tried everything.
Oh.
I'm the kind of person where I'm going to do it all. I'll give him the best shot he's got. If he's going to walk, trust me, he will walk if I could get him to walk. So he went through every therapy, had every device, had every treatment. But unfortunately, this is...
I don't think
He's
minds,
gonna be-
though, being carried around all day.
He's
He
gonna-
adores
gonna
the
be-
attention. I can tell
really
that.
does.
He's going to be quite amazing.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
He's become very popular now,
Very,
right? Now,
very
tell us
popular.
about, what does he have, followers, Instagram? Has he become famous?
Well, I mean, I don't think he's famous. Some people think he is. But I made his Instagram because while I never knew how to care for a paralyzed cat because he can't go to the bathroom on his own. And, you know, so there's a lot of things that you have to be careful with special needs cats. So while trying to look that up, I realized that none of the vets that I called knew how to care for a cat. They were just like, oh, you know, the quality of life is really poor, and
Yeah,
always
give
wanted
up
to
on 'em.
euthanize them.
Right.
So then that became my mission, steam ahead, with sharing his story, saying, no, why would you, like, I'm watching this kitten run crazy all over and play. Like, why would you kill a kitten for no reason if they're seem happy? Like, why not try?
Yeah,
It takes
absolutely.
one person. I always said it.
And he's a beautiful cat. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know if you looked in his eyes. He's got these gorgeous green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems, Dawn, almost like a therapy cat. Do people
me?
tell you that?
Yeah.
For me, he
for you?
absolutely is.
What
Yeah.
do you mean by that? You go through some struggles that Rocky's helped you through?
Prior to him,
You want to wait and take a break and talk about it? or-
no,
Okay.
my husband's mom passed away.
Oh.
And she was like my best friend. We did everything together. And right before she passed away from cancer, my dad passed away. So I was the only one that took care of my dad through his hospice time. And then I was the one of the main ones, along with my father-in-law, to care for my mother-in-law 24/7 during her 6-month hospice time. So to be front and center and watch that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I never had any mental health issues prior to that my whole entire life, but after that it was really rough.
It all caught up to you and
yeah,
hit you.
for sure.
Yeah, you have to keep it together and, stay strong while you're caring for someone who's ill, and then it all hits you with
I
the
was always the
trauma
one smiling,
and the
laughing, and making
PTSD.
everybody
Yeah,
happy. And
yeah.
then when they were gone, it was really hard. And most of the time, I beat myself up for being broken. So, and that was really hard.
Yeah, it is hard. But you're human, and just that you
That's
can
what they
only
say.
stay strong so long. Yeah. And so is Rocky, by the way. Rocky's human.
Yeah, oh, he absolutely is. I absolutely think he is. I think my parents sent him to me because he came into my life, and when I tell you, when I'm with him, full steam ahead. I got to take care of him. I got to make sure he gets what he needs, and he keeps me grounded. And everybody always says, he's so lucky to have you, and I always correct them. I'm like, nope.
You're lucky to have him. Yeah. We all need a Rocky.
Yeah, well, it's obvious the difference that, Dawn, that he has made in your life and you continue to make in his. The saying is like to the world, it's one person, but that one person to the world. And
That's so funny you say that.
when you do the math that way, it really kind of adds up. We're going to come back. We'll spend some more time with, yes, Rocky, you'll get your moment in the spotlight. We'll talk to Dawn Firestone and also give you some details about a very special event coming up soon. You get to meet Rocky in person. Maybe I'll give you a autograph. I don't know. We got much more coming up next on Be Inspired.
Moving is difficult. At Lowe's, it doesn't have to be. For all of your residential and commercial moving needs, contact 732-775-4118 or get a free FaceTime estimate. Lowe's, proudly serving New Jersey for over 96 years. IgA Nephropathy Foundation of America is a patient-centric organization dedicated to finding a cure and better treatment options for IgA kidney disease. If you or someone you know was recently diagnosed or to donate, please visit IgAN.org. Buying, selling, or renting a home can be daunting, especially for first-time home buyers. Trusted since 1985, Diane Turton Realtors award-winning associates will provide the information you need about the market rate, neighborhood, local attractions, and more. Call 1-877-388-7866 or visit DianeTurton.com. In this new day and age of online meetings and presentations, you need the best team at the ready. Whether broadcasting your Zoom meetings to Facebook Live or live streaming a fundraiser event, Surreal Streaming Services, with over 10 years of experience, can add confidence to your next live stream event. Call or text 646-498-8888 or visit sur-real.com.
So you want to search Rocky on Wheels? But right now, let's take a look at Rocky's video. Our guests, two-legged and four-legged on this edition of Be Inspired. Our guest with us this time around, Dawn Firestone, sharing an incredible story in the first half of this episode. And Rocky, who has become a nationwide sensation. He doesn't look like he has a big ego for being a famous cat, but we do know that the internet was one reason and one reason only, right, Lisa? Cat videos. Why else do we have the internet, right?
Exactly.
And Rocky has taken advantage of this platform, and he's rocketed to superstardom, hasn't he, Dawn? Talk about Rocky's story online.
Like I said before, I started it just to share her story and to educate people on special needs cats. And what I say is that I think right now I have about 109,000 followers. And I say there's 109,000 special needs cat advocates out there.
Yeah.
And if they all know one person, that's twice as much. So I try to give them enough information that they could confidently stand their ground and say, no, that cat does not need to be euthanized, this, that, and the other thing. So I show diaper changes. I show everything. His diet, I show, what not to do, what to watch out for. And I tell you, I get probably the most messages saying that Rocky has helped me in so many ways in my life. Like when I'm having a bad day, they go on Rocky's Instagram and
So
watch
he is
his
a
story.
therapy pet.
To everybody.
Yeah,
To
he
every-
definitely
yes,
is.
For sure.
Yeah, and he takes it all in stride. When you have one name like Prince, you're a
Bono,
superstar.
that's what I was thinking,
But
like, for
exactly,
Rocky, right,
just
right.
Rocky. He doesn't need anything else. But I think animals are so. People spend billions of dollars, by the way, on
They're family
animals, and
members, of course.
They are, and even more so than themselves. They'll spend money on their pets.
It's like their kid. You spend it on your kid
Yes.
before yourself.
Yeah, and animals just give us unconditional love. And he's so chill and laid back right now. But are there times when he's playful and
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
if
he
he
is.
was down in the house, he'd be all over the place. And he's spoiled. And I'm fine with that.
Deservedly
I'm
so.
totally fine with that. Because, of course, I try not to be. There's like a center. He's special needs. So sometimes
Yeah.
he needs help up on the couch or he
Right.
wants this. And I'll put a harness on his back end and he'll realize that when he has the harness on, he can
can
fly
go?
like all the cats. So he starts jumping up on things. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's
So
great.
anytime he needs me, I'm so tuned into his needs that he'll look for me and he'll be like, I said I needed a snack. Like, I
Right
have
now.
to say it again? I
how
don't-
old is he, Dawn?
He's going to be 2 on
Oh,
March
wow.
20th.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's young. Yeah. And I was just going to say to you, how is it like day to day? Your days are filled, or can you leave him home, or do you have to?
I could leave him home.
Okay.
I'm a little bit crazy on how I care for the
like,
people
Ma, don't
and the,
smother me.
and the animals in my life. So as a mother to my kids and as a mother to him, I'm constantly anxious when I leave him.
Yeah.
I'm checking. I have like 900 cameras in the house. So I'm constantly checking. And then you'll see him sitting like in between the living room and the dining room staring at the front door. And I just look at my husband. And I'm like,
We have to go home.
Can't we bring him next time? So yeah, he's really good. I could leave him up to, I would say, before I start getting crazy, 6 hours.
Okay.
Because then he needs his diaper changed.
That's pretty good. It's like having, an infant
Sure.
at home. Do you think you can get a wheelchair for him now?
He had one when he was younger.
Right.
Right now, from sitting to the side, his body's kind of twerked to the side. So I tried his wheelchair, I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, just to see like if when he got older he would like it better.
Right.
And he was like not having it.
Oh,
no. When I sent you guys videos, I hope you watch them, but he goes at 100 miles an hour. Trust me. I always caption it, what disability, when I post his running videos. And
sure.
everybody loves them.
Oh, see, he's acting it right now. Like, I can't do anything. So he'll be carried around.
No, he
and
knows
really
when
he
I'm
can.
holding him, he's not going anywhere.
Slow it
so-
down there a little
yeah.
bit, fella. One of these days you're going to get in a speed trap there and get yourself in some trouble. But he has inspired, like you said, so many people around the world that have seen Rocky's videos, and whether it's people with their own special needs
Yep.
pets that people are kind of giving a second chance to, and an animal that otherwise might not have had that opportunity. And sometimes the internet works in kind of funny ways where it will bring two people, or in this case, a person and a pet together that otherwise might not have been able to kind of form that union. What do you hear from people mostly about just inspiration from Rocky and the change he's made for people?
It's always, I've heard so many stories of people, I have my own disability and my own challenges that sometimes get to me, and I'm dealing with depression. And I think depression is a huge thing. I know what it's like to live 30 years without it. Or 40. Oh.
30.
25 years without it. And then
30. Always say 30.
and then have to deal with it, so I know
Yeah.
what it feels like to look at somebody and be like, you're depressed, and be like, oh, just like go out and go, let's go. But then be depressed and know that it's almost like impossible. It's like a wall in front of you and you can't do it. So that's what I get mostly is people that are going through their own hard times and they're sad and they're anxious or depressed, and they say, because I post on his story 24/7.
Yeah.
If I don't post on his story 24/7, everybody's like, is Rocky okay? Where's Rocky? So I post on his page maybe once or twice a day, but on the story all day long.
That's quite a following. And
Yeah.
Rocky, I think you've said enough for one day. So what we're going to do to wrap up, we're going to let Dawn talk about a special event that I understand Rocky the Cat's going to be the center of attention, right,
An
Dawn?
amazing
Talk
event.
about what's happening with Rocky.
So on his page, since I have a pretty big following, I use the following and I pick rescues and shelters and collect donations for them. Then we
That's
put a whole
nice.
video together of the donation drop-off. So Value City in East Brunswick offered to host a meet and greet for Rocky instead if you want to invite a shelter, which I know you enjoy doing. So we invited Pity Party Rescue, and I called up some of my connections to companies that I've worked with in the past. I've gotten over 50 companies to donate items, services,
great.
or gift cards. And we're going to have a huge raffle, and all the money is going to go to the rescue, and Value City is even going to match the
That's awesome.
donations.
Yeah, that's awesome. They need it. There's so many great rescues out there.
And if there wasn't, God knows what would happen
Yeah.
to all those kittens out
So
there.
come on out and see Rocky. You can meet Dawn too.
For sure.
And yeah, you think about all the inspiring cats over the years. Keyboard Cat will always have a special place in my heart. But now Rocky is he's very inspiring to me too. So thank you, Rocky. He's got a lot to say, obviously.
like, "Talk to my agent."
Yeah. And Dawn, thank you so much. It was great to have you on this edition.
Thank you for
of
having
Be
us.
Inspired. Great to have you back with us today.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Bert Barron,
And I'm Lisa Anderson.
and thank you for watching Be Inspired.
Good job.
Next on Be Inspired.
I didn't want to be made fun of, and I didn't want anyone to observe my mom when she was having her cycling. So I was very protective of her and protective of the family secret. I had to literally relive every experience because I wanted my reader to really understand what I was living through and what I was experiencing so they could get an understanding of mental illness. I'm actually taking that experience and turning it around and helping someone else not suffer.
Be Inspired with your hosts Bert Barron and Lisa Anderson Puleo. Director Rod Weber. Created and produced by Michael R. Doyle. Co-producers Lisa Anderson Puleo and Erwin Sternberg. Executive producers Sean Sternberg and Rod Weber. Editor Rebecca Gruber. Filmed at New Beginnings Foundation, Wall Township, New Jersey. And thanks to our sponsors, Loewy's Moving Service, IGA Nephropathy Foundation of America, Diane Turton Realtors, and Surreal Stream Services. We here at Be Inspired Podcast would like to dedicate Season 3 to all of those who lost their lives to COVID-19 and honor the first responders and healthcare professionals for their continued sacrifices every day. You all are our heroes. We are stronger together, and in times of adversity, we encourage you to lean on Be Inspired Podcast. Our prayers are with you all.